Okay, it's Wednesday and it is day number 3 for Nancy Weplow's virtual stamp party, and I'm just going to jump on my iPad and that way I can see who's joining in, or if people are joining in. Yay, Donna's joined in. Hi Donna. And that way I can make sure that there aren't any technical difficulties, or I always appreciate when you guys chime in too. So if you have questions or like to chat while I do this, then I can see it on my iPad too. Hello Lois, and hello Shelly. Yes, I've missed you too. So I never know what everybody's schedule looks like, but afternoons do tend to work the best for me, and it's the quietest around here and such. And so I always think, well, if people are used to seeing me in the afternoons, I'll do that. And I try and maybe like a half hour before I go live, try and put just a little blurb on Facebook. And then I leave that blurb, that little note saying that there is a Facebook Live, for the whole day. So if you don't catch that I went live, you might see the note that I'm going live and then catch the live. So hi Shelly, hi Pam, hi Lisa. So hopefully that works. I don't know why I'm not able to, on my thing here, see my live feed. Usually that pops right up. And I know because here I am. Okay, I was like, I know you guys are there and everything. I just can't see me. Okay, so now I think I'm ready to get going. Okay, so like I said, today is day number 3 for Nancy Weplow's virtual party, and so I have something very fun in store. On Monday, I already knew kind of what I wanted to do, or let's say the products that I wanted to use in today's card, and so I am giving you guys a sneak peek. Never before. So have I done this where if you are having a current party, I always feel like, okay, it doesn't help you when you're having a party to show products that are going to be coming out, because then you can't order it. And I always feel like it's that older sister that does the na, you can't have this type thing. And I use that expression a lot because it's not fair, it's not fun. But Nancy's holding her party open until August 7th. And so, oh, Pam, you're stamping as you watch this. That's awesome. So since Nancy's holding her party open until August 7th, then I thought I'm going to do a sneak peek. So if there's something that catches your eye that I'm using today, and I'm also using several products that are current. So if that catches your eye and you want to wait to order through her party, just know that the holiday catalogs, that's where I'm getting some of my things from today. I call it the holiday catalog. We're supposed to call it the August through December catalog, but it's chock full of holiday things, and many of you maybe haven't even got it. I think maybe just demonstrators will have received theirs so far, but yours should be coming soon. So that's where I'm pulling things from, and usually I start out with a little bit of a, hey, if you're following along, this is the page that it's found on. I am not allowed as a demonstrator to even open up this catalog, so I can show you the cover, but I can't reference anything with a page or a picture of a page. I can show you all the products that I have on hand, things that I'm doing with it, but I just can't open up the inside of the catalog. So I will still have a list of what I'm using today. When I post the picture in Nancy's code, it'll show everything that I'm using. So, so if you want to use that as a reference for later, that will help. So hi Carol, hi Shannon. I have just a little tickle in my throat. Excuse me here. So today Corona hit me. No, I don't have it, but this is the first time ever too where I feel I felt a little off. I was actually this morning thinking planning through Nancy's party, double checking the day that she wants to close, when this party goes. I looked at my calendar and I went, I have a hair appointment. No makeup, hadn't showered, and that was this morning, and I had to leave the house in 5 minutes. And so it was one of those things where it was like, oh my goodness, this is the first time that I really lost track of what day it was. I knew I had a haircut this week, but that wasn't until Wednesday. And then when I looked, I went, today is Wednesday. So that is the first time that has happened to me this whole time. So I am thankful for Facebook Lives and being able to do these things, because I do feel like it helps keep me on track. It just didn't help keep me on track this morning. So I hope you guys are doing better with that. Hi Barb, thanks for joining in. So I think there's quite a few of you that have joined in. So I'm going to get started. Here is the card that I am making today. Nancy loves cats. And so getting ready for Nancy's party and her as my hostess, I'm like, okay, I don't want to do all cats because those that order from Nancy's party will be getting the cards. And if they're not as crazy about cats as Nancy is, then it's like, well, it might be a problem. But what's fun is this is kind of going to be a Halloween theme. And so then you can get away with using cats for Halloween more than just using a cat for a cat. But I love cats too, so I'd probably send out lots of cat cards and not really care too much. Maybe like if that person likes cats, because I like cats. Okay, so the stamp set that I'm getting it from is the Ghoulish Goodies. So I think I am going to get myself turned around, get my camera turned around, and then share with you the things so you can see them the right way instead of backwards or inverted here. So let me get my my camera close on my workspace here, and hopefully that's a good angle for you all. And I'm going to get the iPad here, so if you have questions, please ask away. Okay, so once again, hopefully you guys will be seeing these get sent out in the mail to you soon, the upcoming holiday catalog. Like I said, I can't open it and show you, but I can show you the cover. So the dates for that are August 4th through January 4th. So that's where this is coming from. So I'm going to set that aside. And then the stamp set that I'm using today is, hi Jennifer, hi Tandra. So the stamp set I'm using today is Ghoulish Goodies. So yes, this will be from that catalog. So this is the first time using it ever for me. So another fun thing that I'm bringing in today that I want to showcase is this fun Halloween paper. And so that is called Magic in This Night. There we go. Sometimes my camera makes it blurry. Okay, so Magic in This Night Designer Series paper. And it's kind of got, I'm going to pull it out and you guys can tell me what you think. If you think of Tim Burton, James and the Giant Peach, those kind of that darker themed cartoon look to it. So for a Halloween, it's got some dark floral patterns here and some floral patterns on this one too, but kind of darker. And kind of that look that is kind of mystical, magical, like so. And I love this pretty peacock, and it's kind of sponged around the edges. So, and I hate spiders, so I don't know who I'm going to be making cards for because I can hardly stand to hold the paper. But there's always a pretty backside, and I do like that kind of diamond argyle check look there too. So the backsides are all kind of black and white and fun there as well, with some kind of lacy bats and more cobwebby looking things. Okay, so this is one of the products too. I actually highlighted in my notes as I'm talking to you, there's 4 things that I'm using today that are not available to order today, but they will be August 4th. So the first thing would be the stamp set, not available today, August 4th. The paper, not today, August 4th. And then I might as well show you, I'll add this later, but I'm afraid I'll forget. Number 3 thing that you can't order today, but you will be August 4th is iridescent pearls. They'll hopefully be fun when I show you how I'm going to use those. And the last thing that you can't order yet today, but will on August 4th is the Stampin' Embossing Folder Cobwebs 3D. So that's kind of a fun one. So okay, so now I want to show you the card, like face first, because it was inverted when I showed it to you to start with. So I love pulling in for Halloween. I love pulling in purples, and sometimes I have to be careful of that because another really pretty color that I like pulling in is crushed curry, or you know, kind of the deep golden colors, and I'm a Vikings fan, so then I always feel like my cards look like Vikings cards and such. But another color that I love putting with purple is the basic gray. So basic gray is going to be the base of our card. So I'm just going to pull these aside here and kind of have my pieces lined up. So I have my basic gray, that's going to be the card base here. Just going to take my bone folder to make sure that has a good crease on it. And then cutting ahead, I cut out just a 4, so the card base is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and so I just cut a 4 inch by 5 1/4, just a 1/4 inch less for the matting. And then that I can, I'm not doing anything special with that, so I'm just going to put that on the back side, the adhesive there. And here, that's kind of a fun background bat too, but I liked the flowers. So, yeah, I was kind of excited about how this kind of tied in. I didn't know when I first got the paper how I would use this type of background paper, but it turned out to be like more exciting than I thought. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is just take this, I think it is 3 1/4 by 4 inches. That's what I cut that piece by. And I'm just going to run that through with my Big Shot, like so. And it's a 3D embossing folder here. So it's that thicker one. And so I'm just going to lay that pretty much right in the middle of the embossing folder, and then put that blue plate on. Hi Ruth, hi Joyce, thanks for joining in. Okay, so I have that, and I love the 3D look of it. It really, really gives you a nice deep grooved look to it. And yeah, depending, like this is the up, this is the inverted. It's got a really nice deep pattern to it. I love it when you emboss and you can really tell it's got a good embossed look to it. Okay, I think next I'm going to pull this out and show you which die cuts that I'm using for my card. Okay, so for these cutie little squares here, oh Ruth, yeah, if you just joined, but you almost forgot to watch. I almost forgot to go to my hair appointment today. So, and I like, that's a big thing. Like, I never miss a hair appointment. So to think I almost forgot that, that's funny, but I'm glad you're here watching. Okay, so for these squares here, what I'm using are my layering squares dies, and there is quite a few of those dies in the package. So often, here I'm going to open it up again. Often when I use these, I'll use one that is plain, just a square, and then I layer it with one that is scallop. You can see that edge. Today, this is a total kind of blessing, like fluky blessing thing. It's never a fluke. It's always a blessing. I often store, if I've used or cut out dies, I often store the extra pieces that maybe just didn't work for a project, or I cut out extra. And so as I put this away here in my packaging, then I just store extra little pieces. Oh my goodness. Okay, I store them right here so that I know that I can see them first. And you guys will not believe this, but the two pieces that were in here were the black and the purple together. And I love that. So I thought, oh, I like that both of the layers are scalloped too. So that's how I literally came up with doing the black and the purple together. I need to grab another drink here, excuse me. Okay, I just have a dry throat. All right. And then the other thing that I'm using, the other die, to a Frightfully Good Friend, comes from the Tasteful Labels. Here we go, Tasteful Labels dies. And there's always that great assortment. And I hope you guys aren't tired of me using them. I'm using these dies all the time lately. And so I'm just going to use this kind of little flag or banner die from there. Okay, so I'm going to put these aside till I do my cutting here. And so the bigger square, scallop square, is going to go on the Gorgeous Grape. And I'm going to run that through like so. So we have that. I'll set that aside. And then next I'm going to grab some basic black of the smaller. And I just had this as a sheet here. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to kind of center that and run that through. That was kind of my scrap paper that caught my eye. And then sometimes what I do after I run it through, I'm just using this today, then I will kind of just save this. Maybe I'll put that cat looking through here or something as a window, keep this, and then I can always like emboss like Happy Halloween or do something. So I always like to keep like these little, they almost look like stage fronts. So that's going to be what I'm going to do, is just save that. And then I'm going to take, and just with my Memento black ink pad, I'm going to stamp out To a Frightfully Good Friend quick on my Whisper White cardstock here. And that fits just barely. I'm gonna bring this back in this banner. So, oh, thanks, Linda. Yeah, some people love Halloween, other people not so much, but those that love Halloween love Halloween. I love doing the friendly Halloween, if that makes sense. Like not too dark, but just kind of cutesy Halloween stuff. Okay, so so if you're wanting to make or copy this at home, I love my magnetic board, so I can just hold this right up to the camera. You can see how close it is to both the F and the Y on there, and so that is literally how I'm going to cut that out. So if you, like I say, do make this again at home, you can see that yes, it did fit that tight when I'm running it through. And then I also want to show you then when I have cut it through that it doesn't cut off the F or the Y. So that's kind of nice that it does fit that good. Oh, my camera angle, it's trying to focus. There we go. So yeah, nothing is cut off with that. So I'm just gonna set that aside too. And then next I'm going to grab this. My trick or tip of today is when I was first working with the cat, I wasn't super excited about how it was stamping out. It looked a little blotchy. And so sometimes you might see, if I can get my camera angle to go in on there, like the ink isn't covered like really, really good, kind of. So what I do with that, oh, Linda, yes. Cheryl loves Halloween. I did think of Cheryl. I have a few customers that love Halloween, and Cheryl's like at the top of the list for loving Halloween. Okay, so when I have brand new stamps, especially ones that are solid like this image, I will take and pretend like the whole stamp is an eraser. And so I'll just take it on my surface of paper or even a desktop and just kind of erase. And sometimes Stampin' Up! Has even mentioned that they have a film when they are manufacturing the stamps. A light film can kind of get on there, and so once you've kind of done that, it just allows for the ink to really adhere or suck onto the stamp a lot more even. So I like the looks of that cat better, and so now that cat is ready to stamp out there like so. Okay, so I'm gonna cut her out by hand, but I want her to completely dry, even though it takes a few seconds. I'm just going to ink her back up and stamp her again on the bottom of a 4" by 5 1/4 piece here, and then this cat's going to be for the inside of my card. Hi Tabitha, thanks for joining in. Okay, so I have my 2 scissors here. I'm using ribbon today, so that's going to be for ribbon, not going to use it today. And so if anybody has their little Jeopardy song that they want to sing along while I cut this out, the other day I pre-cut the cute grumpy cat for Nancy's project. Oops. So I was able to have that ready to go, but I also sometimes like to do some of the cutting on camera so that you guys can see that, you know what, cutting out projects isn't the worst thing to do. And I really don't mind it sometimes, especially something like this that has a really bold image. Then it's not like you're having to work too hard at it. But now is the time, if you have questions, you know, you can type away and ask me too. You have my kind of half divided attention. Just kidding. Okay, I'm also trying to do this around the camera so that I can get going with this. And then you can see, and then sometimes by about the time I'm halfway done or something, my cardstock just gets in the way and I just snip that off and then I keep going. Okay, so I'm almost done because it does go pretty fast. So I was going to stamp her just on white and kind of be or have her be one of the layers that way. But then when I saw the purple and black frames kind of come together, then I liked her. So what I'm going to do with her then is just take my dark Highland Heather blend and just color in on her little collar there. That just takes a second to add that little collar. I had originally colored in just like a gold little dot on her little charm there, but then I decided I'd rather put a rhinestone on. So I'm going to do that now before I forget. So I love taking my take your pick tool here, and I'm just gonna pick out a rhinestone with my tacky end and put that on here. So already she looks kind of pretty there with her little rhinestone. There we go. Sometimes trying to get the camera angle to pick that up is good. Okay, so there's that. How about a little light pink for the nose? That's great. I'm in my dining room, Tabitha, so I could run and go get the pink. I love that. I think I'm going to add that when I send out these cards. Sometimes I have had to run back there, like literally run, so I don't waste everybody's time that is watching and come back, but then I feel like I'm almost out of breath. But I love that idea. So yeah, I think I am going to try that. So next is just putting the layers together. And so I'm going to take and with my seal adhesive here, just put some of that on the smaller of the black square and then adhere that. And then I'm going to take the sentiment there to a frightfully good friend. Oops, kind of small, so I'm going to get the glue on there. And I kind of leave just like a nice matting so that there's black around it on the top and on the side, but you can also see, yeah, yellow eyes would maybe make her look like creepy for Halloween, but that's a good comment, Tabitha. I might have to try that too. And yes, people that love to color will see everything that there is to do to color to add that on there. Okay, so what I love too about this banner cut is how it has that little stitch look to it. And then I put this on first so it allows me to know how much room or where to put my cat. And also I kind of want my cat to pop up and over my greeting, so then I don't have to worry about trying to fit that underneath either. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of put her there. And I feel like once I added her in the greeting, I felt like she kind of looked like she was looking out a window. And how many times do cats love to look out the window? Like all the time. So that was kind of fun for that. So next, before I put this on here, I'm going to add some of that glitter organdy ribbon. This stuff is so cool, you guys. It's got little flecks of glitter and shimmery in it, and it is super, super duper easy to tie. So I'm just going to put this around the top. And so it's kind of even though it's like see-through, it's organdy ribbon, it is a thicker organdy. So yeah, one of my favorite ribbons to work with because it just kind of bends right with you and such. So I'm going to take my ribbon cutting scissors and just slice off a little piece of that from the spool and that. So yeah, the glitter organdy ribbon came out, I think it was last year, and I used it a lot, maybe even 2 years ago for Halloween. I use it for Christmas because it's so pretty for that too. Okay, and now with this being just a little bit more textured, not that you have to, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to break out the Stampin' Seal Plus. So this is just a little bit more of a thicker, more tacky of an adhesive than the regular Stampin' Seal. And so I'm just going to run that across the back. And this one glides so super easy too. It's just really easy to work with. But just know, because it is a lot stickier, once it is stuck, it is stuck. So since I'm making this for Nancy's party, it's like, oh, I want to make sure it's on there really straight because I can't move it. And then because this is popped up a little bit more with it being 3D, I'm going to use that same Stampin' Seal Plus for the back of that, so it has a really good stick too. And you can almost see it's got a little bit of a texture, but it's double-sided tape. So that's what that looks like. And now I'm going to put this at an angle on my card like so. Okay, this is probably where I struggled the most, and this is the worst thing that I struggled with in making the card, is coming out are those new iridescent pearls. I thought they were so pretty because depending on your project, it picks up purples, greens, that new peacock color, and silver and such. So I wanted to add some, so I'm like, do I put like one here and here and here? You know, odd numbers always best. And then I thought, no, I want to put along the bottom. Do I put it with the angle of the square? Because I kind of made that at an angle. But then I decided to put it just straight across with the, oh, that's why I want my take your pick. Okay, I want to put it straight across even with the Highland Heather. And so some of these iridescent pearls too are more purple or more silver, so I kind of have to watch when I use them, especially, you know, that I'm lining them up. I don't want it to look like I used 2 of the silver and then kind of ran out, so one's purple, so I kind of put every other on here like that to decorate the card like so. So that is the front of the card, totally done now. And then for the inside, I just had the cat that I'd stamped out that I'm just going to put on the inside. So she peeks out again, and you could color her in. Tabitha would go with the yellow eyes, the pink nose, the purple color. And actually what's cute about that Tabitha is that Nancy loves to color too. So I probably for her card should have done more that had coloring for the projects, because she is like a coloring like guru. She's amazing. Okay, so this is Nancy's card there and there. All right, so that is it. So let me get the camera turned around here and back. All right, here I am, I think. Okay, so is it gonna say? All right, so thank you so much for enjoying my afternoon with me and making this fun crafting experience. So it's more fun to craft with friends, even though we're not totally 100% interacting, but it sure is fun to have some of you joining in, and I can see the numbers and everything too. So so once again, card number 3 for Nancy's virtual party. So you have until August 7th, anytime between now and August 7th to order. So when my video is done here, I post her card like I have the last 2 days. You'll see the last 2 projects if you're just joining in today. And so I'll post the card as well as her host code and ordering instructions. And something that we touched on when we were talking yesterday, just as a reminder, I wanted to tell people, if you choose to order through Nancy's Party, then your order ships automatically right away. So as soon as you hit submit order online, then it gets shipped to you directly right away. And then Nancy still gets the credits. So if you're like, well, yeah, you know, I wouldn't mind ordering, but I don't know Nancy, she lives far away probably or whatever, but you could still help out Nancy's Party even if you live in a different state, because it'll ship directly to you. As long as you use that host code, that's what ties everything together too. So hi Leah, hi Julie, thanks for tagging in on the end here. So that's how that works. But yeah, you can order yourself online, or never feel like you're bothering me. This is my full-time thing. So you can call me, text me, message me, however it works, if there's things that you need and want for crafting. And be on the lookout then, because of those 4 products I used today that will be coming for this. I would say give this till like August 1st, and if you haven't received yours in the mail from me, all of my regular customers get this. I pay to have Stampin' Up! Ship it from them straight to you for the fastest delivery. So if you don't get it by then let me know so that I can get that going out to you. So yeah, if you have any other questions, always know that I'm really easy to get a hold of. So as far as videos, so Nancy's the only other one that has agreed to have a virtual party or any kind of party for the month of July. I already do have one lined up for August. So yeah, contact me if you would want to do something or set something up for any time now or then. And know that it's bonus days. So anytime you spend $50, you get a $5 coupon code that can be used August 4th through the 31st. And so that's good on any orders now until August 3rd. And just want to keep that in mind. And then I'll be back doing a Facebook Live probably the last week of July. And I have so many things that I've pre-ordered from this holiday catalog. So I'll kind of do like a little unboxing or just kind of a little sneak peek showcase for you. I think it's very helpful to see those things ahead, like the punches, what size are they, or like today's iridescent pearls, like, you know, what do they really look like in person compared to the catalog and things like that. So I will be doing that sometime that last week of July. So you can always catch me live or watch me later too about that. So hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and thanks again for tuning in.